Welcome to this aspect of the virtual assistant course. Today we are going to be talking about how to use Google Workspace tools. As a professional virtual assistant, you need to know how to use online tools to execute your task. Is that okay? And Google Workspace tools are over time the most prevalent tools that you need to use as a virtual assistant. So today we are going to actually go through some of them that are very important, and I'm going to show you how to use almost all of them in this video. So please consider helping me subscribe to the channel and like this video. Now let's proceed. Now if you come to your Google Chrome, for those of you who will be doing it from your phone, please, there's a video on how to do it on your phone on the video description. Please speak it and go ahead. But for those of you who will be using laptop, in your laptop, open your Chrome tab just the way I've just opened, and if you come here where we have Gmail, image, and this ruby icon here is Google Apps. If you click on it, you will see that we have all the apps that are owned by Google on that place. Is that okay? In this place. So if you check here, you see that we have Google Meet, we have Google Docs, which is also called Microsoft Word, we have also Google Slide, we have Google Sheet, we have Google Forms, and all of that. Now, as a virtual assistant, the ones that you need to know are almost 6, and that's what I'll be covering in today's lesson. Is that okay? We'll be covering Google Docs, Google Meeting, that's Google Meet, that's 2. We'll be covering Slides, Sheets, we're covering also forms, we will also covering Gmail, very important. We'll cover calendar, and then we'll cover Drive as well. Is that okay? That's the most important tools that we need to cover in this particular video. So now let's begin with the very first one. I usually begin with Gmail. Why? Because Gmail is very key. Is that okay? So if you come here and click on Gmail, it will take us automatically back to the Gmail interface where you're going to see your emails, and I'm going to show you how to manage your client's email from here. Once we are done, we'll move to the next one just like that until we are done for today. Once again, please kindly say a nice thing about this video in the video comment section. All right, now if you come here, you can see that I already have my Gmail here, but I actually want to use a different account to teach you. So let me choose Express Tech. Is that okay? Let me choose Express Tech. All right, so of course you can see that you can actually change any of the email. That's if you have multiple email. So if you come here and you see this E here, that's your icon. If you click on it, you see all the emails that you have, and if you want the Gmail under any of those email, you can now choose them just the way I've just choose Express Tech. Is that okay? Now under it, this is the interface. If anybody sends you a message, you see it. I know that most of you know this already. I'm only trying to do this for those of you who don't know it, and there are some things I will teach here that some of you don't know. Is that okay? So just stick with me and don't say it's a waste of time. So if you come here, you see that this is where all the messages that they have been sending you is. If you want to respond to any of them, you can click on here, and you can see you can respond. Click on reply, and you can respond to them. We have not reached there yet. Let me return back. Now, what are the things that we are going to talk here? Number one is, if you want to search for email, let's say the email is too long. Your boss called you and say a company in UK just sent an email concerning social product. If you come here, you can't find the email. Please search on the taskbar here, and you can be able to search that email. So let's say I search an email about Fiverr, for example, and I click on OK. If I have any email under Fiverr, it will come up, but for this account I do not have. Is that okay? Or for example, let's say Paga, I have email from Paga. I click on Paga and I click on enter. You see that every email under that will come out. Then you now choose it. So you can select email, you can search for any email that you want. Is that okay? Now we are done with number one, and then number two is you can actually make some email very important to you. There are some email that you don't actually want to miss all the time like that. That's where we'll be using this. It's called the start. For example, the emails are usually coming from, let's say, Google, and you want to actually get this email at one of your most important email. You start them. How do you start them? If you come here, on each of the email, you see that we have star here. All right, if I could bring my mouse here, you can see that there's not start, right? Rather, if I click on it, the email has been start. If I click on this one, the email has been start. Just go through it. Every email has that start on it. And if I click on start, and anytime I want to look for that particular important email for me, I'll just come here and come to start, and then you can see that all the email are here. Just see the Paga and the hosting guide that I've just start. They are here. That's how to make an email very important to you. Is that okay? Now let's say you want to mass delete. You want to delete email, or you want to select multiple email, either to delete or to do whatever you want to do. That's the next thing is, if you check on the email, you will see that we have select. All right, see this small box here, click on it. See the small box, click on it. See the small box, click on it. Is that okay? And now if you want to delete all of them, you can now come up here. You can see archive. You can archive the messages. You can report to spam that these messages are spamming you, or you can delete them. Is that okay? So if I click on delete, all of them has been automatically deleted, but they will move to your trash. They will not delete permanently. It's just the same way when you delete something on your phone, it moves to trash and stays there for 30 days. After 30 days, if you don't restore them back, they will not vanish completely. Is that okay? So your messages you've deleted will also go to spam. I will show you how to get them, retrieve them back in this video. Now we have deleted it. Now instead of clicking here, what if you want to delete the whole of the messages in this particular front, in this particular page? What you need to do is just come here. You can see where we have select, click on it, and you can see select all of them has been selected. And if I click on delete, all of them will be deleted. I don't want to delete. I'm just trying to teach you. Is that okay? All right, so that's how to delete them. So I don't want to select all of them. I can now click on no. All of them are now deselected. Now on the interface of your Gmail, you can see that we have primary, we have promotion, we have socials, we have updates. Let me explain. Primary are the primary images that come with the direct email that this one is from a trusted source. Is that okay? That's where they come to primary. Promotion is sometimes just the way people run advert on Google, run advert on Facebook. People actually run advert to target emails. If somebody run that advert to target you, you will actually see it. That's why if I come here, you see that almost all the email here are having sponsored. Like most of them are carrying sponsored. And then the companies that are registered with are actually trying to market their product to me. That's why you cannot see sponsored there. Is that okay? So that's how you can see the ones on promotion. Then the one on socials are, maybe let's say you register something on Instagram, you use your email to register something on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. If they are sending something, they will all fall on that social. Update is maybe say you register something and they're trying to update, they're trying to give you updates or information about something that's happened, a new product that is coming out. It will actually come on update. Is that okay? So that's that for the interface that we now have here. Now the next thing is, let me teach you what you can see on your left hand side. Now on my left hand side, we are talking about inbox, and the inbox is already all the emails that come in to your account. Is that okay? That's what you're seeing here. Start, I've talked about start. And then snooze is, if I click on this snooze, you can see that we don't have any snooze. Snooze is actually messages that you don't want. Is that okay? Just the way on start, you want to make them important. This one, you want to ignore them. You can move them to here. We don't have any here because we did not move any. Is that okay? And then send, of course, all the messages that you have sent will also be here. Is that okay? You will also be here. And then under draft is maybe you were typing a message, for example, and then you did not complete the message, you did not send it. It will automatically be stored on your draft. It will not delete, it will automatically be stored on your draft. So next time you now go there, retrieve it, maybe polish it, and then send it again. Is that okay? Purchases are all the, if you have ever used your card to buy anything online, you actually find them on purchase. There's no website you ever use to buy online with that Gmail account that you will not find here. I don't want to click it. Is that okay? So if I click on more, you can see we have important messages as well. We have schedule, and I will teach you about schedule shortly. Schedule is, let's say you want to draft out a message and send to Coach Dennis, for example, and then you don't want the message to reach me that very day. You want to actually send the message the following day, but that following day you might not have the time, so you want to schedule it ahead of time. Is that okay? You want to schedule it ahead of time. So if you schedule and say, let this message be sent to Coach Dennis by 12 p.m. tomorrow. So the message will actually be done, but it will only be forwarded at the right time that you schedule it. And you can come here and see, schedule all the messages you have scheduled will actually be here. Is that okay? Then all mail, then we have spam. Very important. Spam is some emails are not from trusted sources. In fact, Google actually says 60% of email sent per day are actually spam email. That means those emails are not needed. Those emails are not from the right. So Google mark them as they are not from the right source. Is that okay? So if you come to spam, you will now see all the messages here. So if somebody say I send you a message and you come to your inbox, you can't find it here, please quickly check on spam. Google might have marked it wrongly as a spam. Is that okay? You come and check it. Then trash is, like I told you, you delete a message that if you delete a message from your inbox, it will actually come to chat. Remember, we deleted all this from the inbox. You can now see here. Now if you want to now delete all of them permanently, you can now click on select all, and you can see delete forever. They will now go completely. All right, so if you want to delete a message that you are not sure if you should delete it, please leave it here. If you know that this one is supposed to go, after you delete it from here, please still come to trash and trash it completely. Is that okay? So that's how to do all of this. Is that okay? Now we are done with this aspect, and we are now moving to the second aspect of the video of this particular email. Please, I want you to kindly help me subscribe to the channel again, once again, and tell me a nice something in the comment section. I usually respond to those comments. All right. Now, as a virtual assistant, why am I teaching you all this? Because some of you don't even know how to use email, right? Some of you don't even know how to use it. That's why I'm teaching you. And there are some key things that I'm about to do now that are now more important to you as a virtual assistant. Now, as a virtual assistant, your clients might your client or your company you're working for might actually be working with different brands. So you would like to categorize those emails. So let's say your company is partnering with a company in UK. So you categorize it. We call them label. You label them as these emails are from UK, these emails are from Nigeria, these emails are from Canada. Is that okay? So that if your boss say, please go and respond to Mr. Abdul from UK, you quickly go to your label and go there, and instead of you to come here and start session and all of that, all your email are arranged serially, so that even if your boss requests to see them, they will be arranged like that. All right, to do that, you come to here. If you come to this side, you see that we have labels, and you can see that we have a plus sign here. If I click on this see more, you scroll down, you can see that we have create label. Is that okay? Either you click on this create label, or you click on this plus sign here. Is that okay? So I would like to click this plus sign. If I click on it, you now open the form and say, what is the name of the label? So I want to name it Canada. You can name it anything, just ensure that it's with what you guys are doing. Canada customers, for example, can do Canada customer, and then label it under anything, but don't label it under anything. Click on new label. It's a new label entirely, so you are not labeling it under anything. But you can create a label under a label. That's what it's showing, but we are creating a new label. So tick this next label, or just untick it. Sorry, don't tick it, please. Then say new label, and then you see Canada customer, name it, and then click on label. Now the Canada customers have been created, but there is no email in it. Is that okay? Now what you now do is now move some emails to that place. So we can now come to our inbox, and let's say these emails under TK, they are emails from our customer in Canada. We can now click on tick them. For example, start ticking all of them, and then you now come to this place here for this more here. Click on it, and you can see that we have label as. You click on label as, and then you choose Canada customers. When you choose Canada customers, all these emails have been marked as Canada customers. And if I come to Canada customers, we can now find the emails there. This is one of the tasks you need to do as a virtual assistant. Is that okay? Now you can create you can create next label and all of that. I don't want the video to be too long, but if you don't understand, tell me in the video description or the comment section rather. I'll see what I can do. Is that okay? Now let's return back to our inbox, and then I want to teach you the next thing. The next thing to do is, some of you don't even know how to send emails, right? I want to show you how to write emails. So if you come under compose, you click on compose, you can see that we have you say send to, let's say I'm going to send it to FMD Dennis, which is the email that I usually use for practice, but today I'm using Express Take. Now if I come here, what's the title of the email? Let's say you are sending to, you say Coach is a good tutor. For example, let's say you want to send a message to me, Coach is a good tutor. Or you want to send a message to your customer, you can just say report, or let me delete it and put report from the last meeting, or report from the last meeting as your report from the last meeting. Let's say you're telling me report from the last meeting as a subject. The subject, what's the title of that email? The title of the email is actually, when you send it, that's what people receive first. So you need to be captivating. You need to capture what you're trying to say here. Then under here, you now start talking about the listing. You come here, you click on enter, you move to the next line, click on enter, you move to the next line, and all of that, and type your message. Now, let's say you want to attach some documents to it. What do? You can see, we come here, you can see attach files. If I click on attach files, it will take me directly to my browser where I can be able to attach any file. So I can attach this file, for example, here, and then the file will be here. Is that okay? Now this one you can format it if you want. Like for example, if I click on highlight all and I click on this, look at what will show for me. If I now click on B, it will be bold. Click on U, it will be underlined. If I click on all these, it will be on the center and all of this. Just try to see how you can troubleshoot most of these things. That's if you want to format this. So click, highlight it first, right? Highlight it by clicking on highlight, and then you can now come to this A here, click on it. The icons will show and now format all of them. You can even click to see more and format them if you want. Is that okay? If you don't want, Control Z from your laptop, everything will return back as usual. All right, now one thing again I want to teach you is if you actually want to link something to it. We have probably been seeing messages where they are carrying blue icon with an underline that says if you click them one time they take you to the website. Is that okay? Let's say I want to actually add a website to this. Let's say I'm talking about Express Tech and you want to link Express Tech to it. Let's say this is Express Tech. So I want to link Express Tech to it. It's professional work here I'm teaching you. Is that okay? You can actually highlight it, right? And then let me copy the link. Let's say this is the link. Copy the link first. Copy the link that you want to link and then highlight it. And then you can now come to this small coil icon. If you bring your mouse here to show insert link. Once I click on it, I can see here and I now click on Ctrl V to paste and I click on apply. Immediately I click on apply, it changes to something blue with an underline. That shows that this Express Tech has now been linked to something, and anybody who come across this email and sees this thing, once you click it, it will take the person to that particular website. Is that okay? So you can bring in a picture by clicking on this picture you're seeing here. You can bring in a picture from Google. You can even insert a picture directly from Google, or you can bring it directly from your browser. Is that okay? I can bring a picture from my browser and then I can just come here. Let's say this is the picture I want to bring, and I can just bring it here. So the picture will automatically be inserted into your email. Is that okay? I'm actually teaching you how to send an email the right way. Is that okay? It has not come. Okay, it has come. You can see it here. All right. Now that is that for this. And then if you want to send, you can now come here and press send. But like I was telling you, you can schedule the message. Let's say I don't want this message to actually send to Mr. Dennis now. I wanted to send to him by 12 p.m. You can see this three dotted line there, this small icon here. Click on it. It will show schedule send. Is that okay? So I can now click on schedule send and I cannot choose the date and the time. I can click on pick date. I cannot choose the right time, the right date that you want this message to be sent to Mr. Dennis. And once I select it, I click on schedule. You can see that it has already been scheduled. And if I come back here to my options and I click on schedule, you can see that I now have one message that has been scheduled to send to Mr. Dennis, and this message will actually go. But in case you don't want to schedule anything, you just have to press send immediately. It will go. Exactly. That is that for this, and you now know how to actually send your messages. Now I want to move you to the last part, which before we now move to the next tools. Is that okay? So if I click on here, you can see that I'm trying to minimize. Sorry, I did not click anything, please. If I click on this, I'm trying to minimize these things you're seeing. If you want to minimize them, you can just click on this Ruby icon on top of this place. Is that okay? All right, now let me put it back because I need it. I always need it. Now the next thing is to now put a signature. I will show you that shortly. If I open this email, for example, and I scroll down, you can see that it has, this one does not have what I want. Let me open it and open another one. Let me close this color and open it, scroll down. If I scroll this thing down, you can see that on this email, we have ID customer profile. It's even showing the location where that email is coming from. And it says so $300 Texas and all of that. Now update your profile and subscribe. You can see this information. This is what we call signature. So every company email must have that signature. Is that okay? Every company email must have that signature. So how do you put the signature that anytime you send a message, it automatically carry the signature? It's not that every time you send a message, you now have to do it. You set it in a way that anytime you're sending a message at all, it will be automatically there. How do you do it? Come to this gear icon here. This is a setting icon. Click on it. And if you click on it, you will see all settings. Click on see all settings. And then it's going to open us here. We have settings, labels, inbox. We have only three things we will do here, and I'll close for this particular one. All right, so if I come here under this general, scroll down. I don't want to talk about most of these things here because you don't actually need them. I want to teach you what you need. So you can come here, you can change your picture here. You see my profile picture, you can change it from here. In this order of my account, you can see that I have this picture here. This one you can change the picture from here, but we don't actually want to change any picture, right? So I want to talk about signature. If I come here, you see that we have no signature, and this is where our emphasis is. So click on create new signature, and then I can now type, let's say I'll type express text. You can type in any name that you will know or understand. So I click on create signature and I click on create. It now tells us the signature has been created. What do I want to be in the signature? So if I come here, I can now type the location of the company, the email. No, you don't type the email of the company, the location of the company, the website of the company. Let's say I type, our company is located at Lugbe Federal Housing, Abuja. All right, Federal Housing, Abuja. All right, and then our company website is Express Tech, like this, expresstech.tech. All right, so now let's say I want to link the website such that if you send this email, the person will actually do. What I will just do is that I will just highlight this. I will highlight it. Of course, you should know how to do that. And then you'll come to link, and then I'll now put that link here. Express, there's a place to put the link, change link, and then you can now see the link under here. You can now check. It's already applying because it's our website. I've been using it, expresstech.tech. Is that okay? I click on apply. You see, anytime you send a message, the underneath of the message, the footer of the message will always carry the location and will always carry this. If you want to even add a picture, you can add it. There's a place to add an image here and all of it. This is what I want you to do. Is that okay? When you are employed, you can do it to your own and practice it for yourself. Once everything is okay, you can create more. Right? You can create like 2 or 3. That's if you want. But for now, want to do it, leave it at 1. Anytime I want to delete it, you can come here and say delete. I will delete the whole of this signature. Is that okay? So if I scroll down, after you have created it, please scroll down and click on save changes. If you don't save changes, it will not save. Is that okay? Click on save changes. So you can see more of the options here. You can click on tech, can click on this, click on tech. We now have, if you have 2, they will show here and all of that. Then you can click on save. That is that for how to use put a signature. Is that okay? So if I come to labels that we were doing from there, you can see that all the labels that I've done, most of them are here. If you want to create new label, you can create new label and all of this. Now, the last but not the least is filter. This is the very last, filter. Now under filter, you want to actually filter your messages. Is that okay? Now see, like again, see, one thing about email managing is about categorizing, organizing. Your email don't need to look very tattered. Now you need to organize it. So you need to filter some of the email. How do you do that? Come to filter and block address, and then click on create a new filter. If you click on this message you are filtering is from who? Let's say it's from FM the Dennis, for example, and then you are sending it to who? You now put FM the Dennis, maybe Brennan or Dennis. I think this is one of my emails. The email is not. Just type your email here, and then what is the subject they are filtering, what is has the words, and they has this thing. You now filter all the images that has all these related these words, and then you click on search. It will automatically search and filter those images, or those email rather, for you. Is that okay? If filtering of email is not that important to me when I have to do with customer support or virtual assistant, but you see that labeling and how to schedule a message and send a message is very, very key. If you have any issue about this, can tell me in the comment section. I'll be able to do that. You can click on create filter and it will automatically be created. I don't want to create anyone because this is just a class. So I'll return back to my normal this thing. Of course, we have many of all these things here. You can check all of them out, but I don't actually want to do any of them. I can now click on inbox and then return back, confirm all changes. Now that is that for this. If you want, and if there's anything here that you don't understand, please tell me in the comment section, because we are about to move to the second tool, which is Google Docs. Please, we will not be spending a lot of time because I actually use a lot of time here. Can you help me subscribe to the channel? And let's go. Let's open another tab by clicking here, and then here we also have to click on the Ruby icon, and then we have to click on Google Docs. Now, what is Google Docs? Google Docs is like Microsoft Word. Can I tell you the truth? I don't have Microsoft Word in my system. Why? Because I've been using Google Docs. Google Docs is like Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is owned by Microsoft. Google Docs is owned by Google. Simple. Is that okay? But I'll tell you why I like Google Docs. And as a virtual assistant, nobody will ask you to use Microsoft Word. You need Google Docs. So if you come here, you can see all the messages that I've been doing, all the document that I've been using. All right, you can see that I told you this is my major this thing, and then you can come here. I'll click on blank document. That's if I want to start creating a document. Let's say your boss wants you to create a document, right? All you have to do is come here, and then the next thing to do is here. Once this is the document you need to type. Next thing to do is come here and then please name it. So I want to name it class task. For example, I'll name it class task, and here I can now start typing. Dennis, all right. The teacher, all right, the teacher, blah blah blah, is a good man, or all of this. I'm typing food. It's a good man. All right, so you can see that I'll be typing something. Now, if you want to go to the next thing, click on enter, and there's a good teacher. All right, task, for example, keep typing and keep typing like that and like that and like that. But before you even type, please, you see this thing, we have what we call A4, we have what we call A3, we have different types of papers. If your boss wants you to type it on A4 or A3, please, you need to understand how to do it. First of all, come to settings of file, that is under file, and then you come to page setup, and then you can now see the document here. So if you want it to be under landscape, please put it on landscape, and then click on here and then put it on A3. A3 is landscape, A4 is normal paper. Is that okay? And then click on okay. See how this paper is going to change. You see how it has changed. This A3 paper, but I don't want it. I want it to return back to the number. So I'll put it on A3 and I'll come here and then put it on A4. Is that okay? Click on okay. You can attach it to everything. You can put color and all of that. I'm not actually teaching you how to use everything here. I'm actually teaching you that you can use it as a virtual assistant to type your document. Is that okay? Now, after you have set up everything and you want to start typing your document, of course, if you type a document like, let's say the teacher is a good man, so you can click here and then you can put it on titles and all of this, but we don't want to put it on that title. We want to actually give it font type. To put it on font type, the first thing you need to do is please highlight anything you are doing here. For it to affect, you must highlight it. Is that okay? They'll come here to all area and I put it on, let's say under Nonito, or let's say this one. You can see that the text has changed. If I put it here, I put it on here, it has changed just like that. Is that okay? For one to increase it, you can see this under 11 here, there's a plus, there's a minus. This one is to decrease, this one is to increase. If I want to bold it, it's already on bold. If I want to unbold it, I can unbold. But this particular one cannot be on bold. Why? Because the text, the font type is actually bold. But let me apply it to this one. Can click on bold. I see it has been bold on bold. Are you seeing it? Now, if I want to italicize it, what is slank, and then underline it, you can see it. And then here is the color. If I want to put it on red, you can see it. Here is the background color, which is this. And then you can also link and and your website to it, just the way I taught you from Gmail. By highlighting it, click on this. You can see there's a place for you to add that this thing here. Is that okay? Now for this, you can come here, alignment, click on this, and then you can put it on center. You can put it on left alignment. You can put it on left alignment. You can put it on justify alignment. Now for your whole document, it should be under justify. So you can just highlight everything after you have typed and then put it on justify. Is that okay? So that everything will be equal. That's why. Now either you put it on justify or you put it on left alignment. Then you cannot be adjusting all these ones to fit where you want them to be. Is that okay? All right, so here you can bring in checklists. For example, I have these two things here. I can put in checklist. I can note this is not checklist, please. This is checklist. You can see here now. Although those of you who do task, you should know this by now. So you can just put it here and then I put it here, and then here I cannot decrease it. For now, let me undo it because I'm actually teaching. So here you can actually put a bullet point. You can put the bullet point here. But let me click on this. You can select any bullet points that you want. Let me click on click on this, select any bullet point that I want. Is that okay? All right, here you can put numbers. You can change it to numbers 1 to 3 numbers. Can put it on 1 to 3. All right, so if I click on next, it should take me to a next number. Click on next, it should take me to click on next, should take me to, let's say Dennis. Click on next, it should take me to the next number like that. Is that okay? All right, so here again you can decrease and or indent it. All right, but this one I will not go there for now. So that's how to actually use all these Google Docs to type a very good documents that you can send to your boss. Is that okay? Arrange them, but remember, whatever you must do here, you must type. The next thing is under here, if I come on stats, you can see you can download the document as MS Word or as PDF or as anything. You can rename the document, you can move the document, and most importantly here, you can create a new document. That's if you want to create, let's say if I click new document, are you seeing that's moved me to a new document? Let me close it and come back. So if I click on files, you can see you can send it to your boss directly on email from here, and you can also make a copy that is duplicates this, all right, and you can do whatever you want, print it from here. But you, a virtual assistant, you don't print, you only send through email. That's why I say come here, click on email file, and then you can now put your boss email here, and then it will be automatically sent to your boss. Is that okay? All right, now the next tool here is edit. That is, you can see under edit you cannot do and do. Well, this one edit is not actually that long. You can view, but my important tool I want to teach you here is insert. Under insert, you can insert an image, you can insert a table, you can insert a how they call a chart. Is that okay? So you can insert a chart. Let's say, you know, let me, they are highlighted. Let me click on charts and click on bar chart. It shows if there are data here, it automatically convert it to a data. Are you seeing? But you need to have some data first, like in form of table or something like that, before it automatically convert to chart. But remember, whatever you must do, you must highlight all. Is that okay? But let me insert an image. I can now come here and click on upload image from my PC, and then I'll still bring in this signature. It's not actually my signature. It's one of our tutor's signature. All right, so you can see here, you can come here, you can insert an image, then you hold it by this hand and then you reduce it, and then hold it by this hand and reduce it. Please don't hold it from here or here. Is that okay? Always hold it from the edges here. If you hold it from here to alter the structure, are you seeing? So let me Ctrl Z to return back. All right, so if you want it on the center, as it's highlighted like this, click on here and click on center. It has moved to the center, just the way I've just thought you can move to here. If you want to insert more images, why not? You can now go ahead. Now let me go ahead and teach you how to insert a table. You can click on insert, click on the table, and then if you come on table, you have to know the rules that you want. Let's say I want it 6 by 6 rows. All right, rows and columns. Okay, let me leave it like this. I can see it here. Like I saying, so you can now see. Now there's a way to actually add it. If maybe you did not add it the right way and you have typed to a long point, you can, I think there's a place here you can right click or so, and they can see insert. There should be a place to insert more. I didn't highlight it properly. Here you can see okay, if I bring my mouse here, you can see insert row. If I click on here, one has been added. If I bring my mouse, see this plus here, click on it, it has been inserted, just like that, and like that, and like that. All right, with that, I think we are a bit done with this particular Google Docs, and the next thing to do is you can now click on this share button. Please, under the share button, you can put your boss email from here or from the file that I showed you. So you can now click on here, put the boss email, and then ensure that you put it on anyone with the link. If you don't put it on anyone with the link, nobody will actually get this file. Is that okay? Because even if you send it to your boss on email, he will still need your access to access this file. Is that okay? But one thing is noted here. If you put it on anyone with a link and you're sending it to your boss, you want your boss to still edit it, you can click on viewer and then click on editor. But if it's not your boss and you don't want anybody to alter your work, please click on viewer alone so that they will view it, they cannot be able to edit it. Is that okay? Then either you copy the link and send to them, or you can click here and then put the person's email. Are we clear? So please take note that any document you're sending must have that access, anyone with the link to view. Is that okay? If I put somebody's email here, you see that they will now appear here. With that, we are done with the second part, which has to do with Google Docs, and we are now moving to Google Meet. Is that okay? Now, if I click on the new tab again, I click on my Ruby icon, of course, and then I click on Google Meet. If I click on Google Meet, you see Google Meet is what we use at Express Tech to teach. I teach online a lot. People register for courses every day and I teach them, and we have tutors who also teach. So in case you want to take any course at all under virtual, whether it's virtual assistant, cyber security, data analysis, AI automation, artificial intelligence, anything at all, just reach out to me and I'll be able to, but you pay. This one is free, but that one you pay. A private class is payments now. So if you want to pay, we schedule a class with you. So we use Google Meet to teach. Why do we use Google Meet? Because Google Meet is I love Google Meet more than Zoom. People use Zoom, people use Loom and all of that, but Google Meet is the best for me. Is that okay? So if you come here, you can see that you can schedule a meeting. So why do you need it as a virtual assistant? Because most times you are the one scheduling meetings for your boss, and it's very important you take note of what I'm teaching here. But when we get to calendar, we'll still talk about it, but you need to know how to do this. Schedule your meetings directly from Google Calendar, but you need to also know how to use this one. Is that okay? So if you come here, you can see that, let's say your boss is the one that created the meeting and send you the link to join. You can come here and put the link here. Is that okay? And then click on, once I put a link here, this join here will be activated, and then you can now click on join and you join. But here you can create your own meeting. You can create a meeting for later. That's if you scheduling it for later. If you click it now, it will show you a place where to put the time and everything about the meeting. Now click on start an instant meeting. It means that you want to start there and there. Now this one is scheduled in Google Calendar. That means you want to schedule the meeting in your Google Calendar. Don't worry, I will not talk about this one here because I'm actually teaching you Google Calendar in this video. So don't worry. So if you want to schedule it for later, you can do this. But the most right way for you as a virtual assistant is to schedule in Google Calendar. And of course, I said I will teach you about that. Is that okay? So Google Meet is used for Google meetings alone, and you will be the one to schedule it. You can schedule it and add your boss email and all of that. I will show you how to do that. So that's how to use Google Meet. It's very simple. Is that okay? Now, for those of you who are using phone, I actually told you in the phone that you can, if they are not working for you, download them separately from Play Store or iStore, anyone that you are using. Is that okay? All right. Now let's move to the next tool, and the next tool is Google Forms. If I click on here and I'll quickly see Google Forms. If I click on Google Forms, you can see that we now have the Google Forms here. Is that okay? Now, Google Forms is you want to collect data, you want to collect information. Is that okay? You use Google Forms. Let's say you are a PA to your boss and you're the one in charge of almost all the workers. You use Google Form a lot. For example, when you were taking this course in my group, I sent a link that if you need a certificate for this course, please fill this form. You fill your name, the name you want it to appear in your certificate, and you fill other things, right? This is how I created it. So how do I created it? You come here and you can use any of these samples, but I don't like them. I actually create my own, and I want you to create your own, right? So you click here and click on blank document, and it will now be here. Is that okay? Now let me just show you quickly how to create that kind of a form that you fill. Like if you want a certificate, fill this form. So if I click on here, I'll just put VA, click on it, highlight all and delete VA with ETA certificate. So just name it the name you want. It must not be exactly this. I'm only using this because I'm a teacher in Express Tech. So it say for here I can just say please fill the form below with the right info, all right, or information. All right, as a virtual assistant, don't use short words, please. Please, this one is not deleted. Let me delete it. Don't use short words. Always be using full things. All right, so now we have the first label is always here. So click on it under untitled question and say just type name, for example, and you click outside. Now under name, you can see short answer. Please click on it, and you see that we have short answer, we have paragraph, we have. If you put short answer, it means that it's only one line the person is going to fill. Is that okay? That's if what you want is actually fill one line. It's actually one line. Then paragraph is you want the person to write plenty things. Like for example, at the end of this course, I'll actually send a form to you to tell me about how the course was beneficial to you. So I'll put it on paragraph so you'll be able to say nice things. Is that okay? Or even if you're saying wrong things, but there should be a space for you. Nobody will say nice things, right? All right, so that is that. I'm not saying that you can put it on paragraph if you want to write plenty things. All right, now you can see that we have short answer text. If I put it on paragraph, you can see long answer text, right? So let me put it on here, and then let's leave it at this one. And then if I want to create another one, you can see we have document here. There's no need to actually, if you want to create a new form section, you can click on here and another section has been added, but I don't like it. Why? Because let me click on here to delete. I like duplicating this so that it gives me simple work. So if I click on duplicate, I'll clear and I put phone number. That's your phone number. Then I'll still leave it I'll put it on short answer because number is only one line. So I'll click on duplicate again, and then here I'll now put let's say description, for example, or I say rate this class, for example. Now rate this class, you're going to rate it by how good I was in the class. Is that okay? So if you come under this short answer here, you can now click on rating. Are you seeing? I now put on rating, and then what rating should I want the student to give to me? I can now put it here, and let's say I put it on 5-star rating. 5-star rating is number, and then everything here, just leave it the way it is like this and click on outside. Is that okay? So I've put it on 5-star rating, you can see here. So if I send this to you, you can now rate me 5-star and I'll see it. Is that okay? Please rate me 5-star. All right, so if I want to create another one, I just for me to click on it and then click on duplicate again, and then here I want to, let's say I want you to upload a file. For example, I can just upload your CV, all right, for example, and I'll click on this here, and then I'll click on file upload. You can now see it shows me continue. I click on continue, and then you can now see that it has all these things here. Is that okay? So if I click on, they're asking me allow maximum file. No, I want it to maximum file that should be edited. You can put it on 100 MB. Is that okay? And then click on outside again. So if I click on outside, you can see that the form has been actually here. So now the next thing for me to do is, see, you can actually do a lot here, but let me stop here. You can actually do a lot here. So let me click on it. You can put a drop down. You know, now drop down where you can do good and all of that. You can put a drop down. In fact, let me do it so that you guys will see. You can put it on drop down. I can see how it's there. So if I click on here, I put good. All right, and then I click on here, next option, I can put fair. That's if I want you to rate me by these words, I can put it on here and all of that. I put it on here, you can see we have check bosses, we have linear scale, we have all these things here. That's how to use Google Form. Very simple as a virtual assistant. But remember, we did not name it. Come here and name it, please. Very important. Come here and name it. Now, once you are done, you can now click on publish. If you click on publish, to publish with a long name is a long URL, but you don't actually need that long URL. So let's click on publish, and then you can see that the URL is so long. So I can now click on shorten URL, and you can now see that it has now been shortened. Sometimes you can actually edit this URL, but sometimes you might not be able to edit it. So all I have to do is copy, and then, but if it's not published, the person will not be able to access that form. Well, once it's published, you copy the link, it will be there. Let's say you don't want to publish, you want to send it directly to your boss. Click on this share icon here, put your email as usual. Please ensure that it's on anyone with the link, and then click on done. Please put the person's email. That's all for that. Now we are done with this, and you can see that using Google Form is pretty simple. Once again, please kindly help me subscribe to the channel, like this video. I really love you doing that for me. Is that okay? Especially when you tell me something, Coach, you're a nice guy. You know, not that you're a nice guy, but Coach, thank you for giving us this for free. Anyway, if I'm nice, you can say it in the comment section. All right, so let's go open another one, and then I'm trying to teach you all the tools you need as a virtual assistant, particularly for Google Workspace tools. Is that okay? The course is a very long course, so this one is just Google Workspace tools. So if I come here, we have talked about Google Meet, Google Docs, and we now want to talk about Google Slides and Google Sheet. I think with this, we'll be done for today. All right, so we'll still be done. Now, what is Google Slide? Let's click on it. Google Slide is just like PowerPoint. Is that okay? So just the way I say, Google Docs is owned by Google, and Microsoft Word is owned by Microsoft. The same way PowerPoint is owned by Microsoft and Google Slide is owned by, I don't even have any Office package in my phone. Why? On my laptop. Why? Because I love Google. And as a tech person, you need these are the tools you need. That's the truth thing about it. So if you come here, you can see that I've used it to create a lot of slides that I used to teach. You can see now, see some of them. I've been teaching, if you check on this channel, you see 30 days AI automation challenge. I'm the one teaching it. And the first day class is its introduction. And this is what I use. Other classes were practical. That's why I didn't use it. You can see now, I've been using it to create things here. So one thing you need to know about here is that you can create your own blank slide from the beginning. But before we create our own blank slide, let me come here and see templates gallery. Click on it, and then you can see that we have a lot of templates based on what you want. If you want to actually design a presentation based on party invite, see status report, I've used this one before. This one, let me click on it, and then you will see how it looks. Let me click on it. Sorry, I think network is disturbing. You can see it here. It does not load completely to load. You can see that the slide has already been prepared for you. This is not, you cannot see this one on PowerPoint though. You cannot see it. This is designed already. Everything is designed. All you have to do is edit. You are not even paying for these things. So all you have to do, let me say I'll put VA class, VA class. Are you seeing? Just type it, type the name of your boss, type what the title of the document, type the name of your boss. See, as a virtual assistant, you have to be very technical, because sometimes your boss will ask you to, I'm going for a presentation somewhere, prepare me a presentation. He will give you one long document like this. You'll be the one to read it, extract the key things there and put. Sometimes you already have the short key point. It's just for you to insert them here. Is that okay? So if I click on here, you can see it. Anything you don't like, you can delete. Let's say you are using these templates. You, of course, this book is not needed. Click on it and remove it. Click on this one and then you can see remove this one if you want, or you can just put it. Even the color, you can change everything. Now let's see this image here. You can change this image by clicking on the background, and then you can now come to replace image, bring from Google, and then I don't know if I have my personal image, but let me just put this one here, and then you can see it. You can see how it looks, very pretty. But let me uncross Z to delete. All these ones here, you can change their colors, you can change everything here. Just have to know that you have to know how to do this. And I taught you that when I was doing Google Docs and email. Is that okay? So you have to know how to change all these things here. Let me scroll up. You can see here, delete all this. If you want to change this color from red, you can click on here, and then you can now come. This is text actually. So you come, if it's not here, click on this, and you can see that we have text. All right, text color, and I'm now put it on blue. Are you seeing that it has changed? Is that okay? Now, if I don't want it to be bold, I can remove it, the bold, and put it, if I want to put italics, you know how to do this by now. So if you want to meet it on center, just click on here, put it on center. Are you seeing? That's how to do these things. They are very simple. With this background, if you don't want it to carry this orange color, just click on background, then click on here, and then click on, let's say this one, and then click on it. Put your own favorite color, right? They can see it here. Is that okay? That's how to do it. Just keep doing it for each of the slide. Make your slide very beautiful. From PowerPoint, it actually takes you a lot. And the most important thing about all these Google Workspace tools is that you can access them online, which is the reason why you need to use them as a virtual. Remember from the day one class, I told you virtual assistant means you are working remotely. Your boss is not seeing you except it's on Google call, Google Meet call. Is that okay? So that's how you can edit this. You can do whatever you want to do, change this. You already know how to navigate this. Now increase them. Let's click on here. Then click on it, increase. Is that okay? Decrease. Then change them from here to Nonito. I don't know why I love Nonito a lot as a font type. You can see them here. File. You can see file. All these things that I taught you. New documents and all of that. This is how to do it. So you can just pick up a new this thing. Like for example, now if I want to teach you now, I just create it like this, and then I'll come to slideshow. It automatically converts to slideshow, and I start teaching you virtual assistant is blah, 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 and all of that. For those of you who will be using it for classes. All right. So now let's return back. I'm just trying to tell you how to use templates. So there are thousands of templates here. All you have to do is scroll down and choose from the template. But if you want to create your own new, you can click here, blank template, blank presentation rather, then click on here, and then you can now see it here. So from here, you can now start typing your own, blah, blah, blah. Let's say VA class or VA class, class with ETA. For example, you can type it. This one you might type by Coach Dennis, for example, or you can, if you don't even want it here, you can just click on here, just click on it here, and then click on delete. Everything will be deleted. If you want to name it, of course, you should know how to name it by now. Come, color it rather. Click on here and click on color. Then put it on bold. Increase it just like that. If you want the background here, just click on the background. Click on here, and then click on here, and then click here. So if you want the background to carry a color, you can actually click a picture, not a color. Click on here, and then you can see choose image. Is that okay? Not color. There's color, there's image. Click on choose image, and then you can see you can choose image directly from Google. Let me just choose an image directly from Google so that you know that this thing is working. So I will just put let's say Donald Trump. I just put any image Donald Trump. You should be able to Donald Trump. All right, and then click on enter. It will search all images of Donald Trump. I'll click on this one. I'll click on insert. But before I insert, I want to teach you, because I won't come back here. You want to insert and upload it from your computer. Please choose this one. Is that okay? All right. So I'll just click here and click on insert, and then click on done. That image has already been here because it's from Google. Is that okay? So that you can see everything is looking nice here. But you can just do it now. If you want it, you want to add a new slide. For a second slide, you can click on this plus, and then another slide has been opened, you can put it. If you want to actually duplicate this one so that you edit it, right click on it, and you can see that we have different options. But among the options, we have duplicate slide. You can create a new slide, or if you don't want to click this plus, click a new slide, and then you can duplicate and all of that. So that's how to use this. Again, you can name it, please important. Also, you can insert whatever you want to insert from here, chart, table, just the way I taught you from Google Docs and all of that. And then from here, you can also see under file. They are almost the same things. It's just that some of them may differ because they do different works. Is that okay? All right. Now I've got again. I said you can actually click on you can actually click on share and ensure that you put it on anyone with the access, or put your boss email and send it to him. You want to actually not to actually present this directly on Google Meet, you can click here, but this is an advanced one. So if you want to, if you only do teaching online, this is what you know. But me, even me that I do teaching, I don't do this one because it's actually very technical. So it might actually give you a headache. So usually like this, when you're on Google Meet, you come here and share. You are sharing your screen on Google Meet, and you come here and then use it. Is that okay? So with that, we are now done with this. Is that okay? Now let me teach you something that I forgot. Google Docs, Google Sheet, Google Excel that we're about to move into, the last one, and all these ones, there is always a place for someone to comment on your work. Because your boss, when he's looking at that thing, he might not come to your DM to say, please go and correct this. He might actually correct you there and expect you to affect it. How did he do it? He will comment, you will put it. See, if you are putting your document here, right? If I click on share and put here, click on anyone with the access, and then if I click on this viewer, you can see that we have commenter, we have editor. Is that okay? If you put it on an editor, the person can comment. Is that okay? But if you want your boss to only comment and not tamper with the document, please put it on commenter. Is that okay? So your boss can actually comment and say, okay, this particular aspect, please correct on something there. And if you come to comment, this show all comment, you will actually see all the comment and the particular section where that thing was corrected, where he wanted to effect that change. You will actually be there. Is that okay? So that is for all document. Even this one, you can see we have comment. Even this Google Sheet does not. All right, but how they call it? Google Docs, Google Slide, and Google Excel sheet will have, so that you can comment on that. And now with that, we are now moving. And let me click on this icon. All right, before Google, I want Google Sheets to be the last tool, right? Is that okay? So that you actually learn everything complete. Is that okay? All right, I think okay, Google Calendar. Yes, Google Calendar. I would have missed it. Let's come back to Google Calendar. Click on Google Calendar, and then you can see here, this is where you actually plan your clients' meetings. Is that okay? So when you come to Google Calendar, you can see it here. Please ensure that it's under the right email. Please take note. Ensure that it's under the right email. Is that okay? And I also failed to say something from this email. Now, how will you, because most of you will ask me those questions, I know. So how will you manage your client's email? Your client is actually going to give you access to his Google Calendar, to his email. So when you come here, that's what I was talking about. When you come here, you can change it to the email that is, of course, when you are being employed, they will create an email for you. Let's say Deborah@expresstech.com. That's the email you're using to work for the company. So if you come here, you actually see that particular thing, or info@expresstech.com, or the any particular company you're working for. Is that okay? So if you come here, you see all those emails, and all you have to do is what? You have to respond. As you are responding, they are responding as Deborah@expresstech.com. So it's showing to them that this person is a worker under ExpressTech. Or if the person does not want any alternative like Deborah@expresstech, it will actually give you access to their email. For example, expresstechacademy.com expresstech@gmail.com. It will give you access to the email, and you will try to see. That's why from the day one, I taught you that clients' information are confidential, because you are going to be entrusted with a lot of their tools. Is that okay? So it's just for you to respond like that. So when you are here, ensure that it's under that same email. Is that okay? Ensure that it's under that same email they are using for your company. All you have to do is, you want to create something, click on create, and you can see what do you want to create: an event, a task, or an appointment schedule. For this particular one, you might put it on event, or you might put it on appointment schedule. So if I put it on appointment schedule, for example, it will open something here and it say, what kind of appointment do I want? You can just put meeting with Dennis, for example. That's my name. So you can now come here in what is the duration of the meeting. The meeting will last for, if the meeting will last for 1 hour, please put 1 hour 30 minutes. If the meeting will last 45 minutes, put, why? Because you know, whether it's Africa or the world, we don't keep the time. Is that okay? The meeting might exceed the time. So is that okay? So that's why I put in some so that you some minutes ahead. Is that okay? So put it on this, and then what is the schedule meeting? You can schedule it from here. Let's say it's on Tuesday, you can put it on Tuesday. And what is the time for the meeting? You can put it on here, and then you can put here. So if it's, you put 30 minutes, so from here will be 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. I hope you understand now. So 1 hour in between of the time. If you click on here, see available all day. If you click on it, say add another period to this time. We don't actually want this one. We want this time like this. Click on it, scroll down. What is the dates of the meeting? So you know that naturally Nigeria use West African time. If you are watching this video from a different country, your own time will show differently. Is that okay? So ensure that it's showing the natural time for your location. And then if you come here, you can now schedule the meeting. Click on here. You can see the way everything is looking now. You can just schedule the meeting and every day like this. Is that okay? See maximum time in advance that an appointment can be scheduled. You can put 60 days, put it anytime based on what your boss tells you to do. That's the schedule window. Is that okay? So here you can change a date availability and all of this. Here is book an appointment. You can see how everything is looking here. Is that okay? So let's close it back, and then here is calendar. I can now see that you can now change your calendar. Now under the calendar, it will carry this Dennis Onigan. Why? Because this my email name is Dennis Onigan. But you can click on it and change the color of whatever you want. You can see everything here. Now we have actually done this part. Now the next thing you need to do is come to the part, this part. So the meeting is on Tuesday. It did not show me the right Tuesday here, but just come here. I know that this is what most virtual assistants used to do. They don't even look at these things here. They just go straight here. What is the meeting? The meeting will happen on Wednesday. Just click on Wednesday, for example. Okay, this one is under event. What I'm talking about is under event. This one, as you are scheduling it from here, is supposed to be appearing here. Of course, you can see that it has appeared here. Then all you have to do is click on next. Is that okay? You can click on next, for example, and it now brings you here. Here you can now put the location of the meeting, whether it's on Google Meet. So let's choose Google Meet, and then you can put the description of the meeting so that when your boss receives this email, you actually know the meeting. Because if your boss say send a message to Mr. Abdul in UK for a particular meeting, so if your boss, if Mr. Abdul received the message, you should be able to see what the meeting is all about and not be asking questions. That's why the description is very important. And then you can click on save. Is that okay? But now it's already saved on this Google Meet, and it's automatically bookmarked for you on Google Meet. Why? Because this app, Google Calendar, is owned by Google, and it works in parallel with every tool owned by Google. So you don't even have a problem. You even receive an email on this particular email here when you click on save, but we don't want it. This one is the professional way of booking an appointment. Now, the one that most virtual assistants use is event. Now let me click on create and click on event, and then you want to actually schedule a meeting. So I want to say I want a meeting with Dennis, example meeting with Dennis again, and then here you now put what is the time. You can now schedule it appropriately. You can see that this one has Monday, July, everything here is not complicated like the appointment old. You can see it here, all day meeting, or you can say this meeting is daily, weekly, or you just leave it does not repeat. All right, so add a guest. You now add the email of that that person that your boss says you should send to, so that you'll be able to receive it. That you can see that from appointment we did not receive it, but here we are seeing where to add the guest. Is that okay? Here you can see video call. Okay, you can now connect it directly to your video call, and you can see that it has been created and even generated a code for you. So although this code will be automatically, the link will be automatically sent to that person on this email, but if you still want to copy it, you can copy it, but it's not professional to copy it. Just it will automatically send. That's the professional way. Then you can add the location. There's no need to add location since the meeting is online. Is that okay? And then you can see here, you can just arrange all these things here and all of that. And if I click on book meeting, for example, it will automatically appear under where I said it should be. I don't know why this calendar is not showing, but this is 27 and the meeting will be for 4 to 5 a.m. I'm actually making this video at 3:51 a.m. in the morning, and the meeting is like 1 hour ahead of me. Is that okay? So it has appears here. So if I click on new event, For example, click on here and I choose, let's say on the 28th, or let me just choose 2030 for example, and then I choose the time and all of that, and choose the guest and click on save. It's expected that if I come to 30th, I should be able to see that meeting. See, on the Thursday 30th, there's a meeting for me here. I did not name it. If I come to 27, there's a meeting for me here. Is that okay? So you will always be reminded on your email and all of this. So if you come here, you can see that we also have my calendars, all the things that I want and all of these other calendars. You can search on Google and all of this. Is that okay? Now, one thing about Google Meet that is good is that it will actually remind you on your email. That's the most important part of it. 30 minutes to the time, Google Calendar will remind you that you are supposed to have a social meeting and all of that. If I click on here, and then if I click on here, you can see task. Task is actually, let's say, the task you want to do for the day. So as a tech person, I want to be doing everything online. All right. So you can come here and say, today I want to teach my student. Today I want to design a flyer. Today I want to do this. Just put them here. Is that okay? So, and if you put them here, 30 minutes, like I say, or 15 minutes, depending on how you set it to that particular task, it will notify you on your email that you're supposed to do so task by so time. That's why people use Google Calendar. It's very, very good. It keeps you, for example, I have this particular, all these papers here. I have them around my house, right? That I write the things I do for the day. This one is the manual input. So, but if you want it on the digital, digital way, you can use this task like that. Is that okay? All right. So the most important aspect of using it is that it reminds you. This paper, until I see it on my board, I might not know. All right, so that's it. All right, so with that, you can now know how to design your schedule a meeting on Google Calendar. And then we now move to the last aspect, which has to do with Google Sheet. But before Google Sheet, permit me, let me use 1 minute to teach you Google Drive. Google Drive is actually a tool that you can actually use to store your client's information. Now, the most important part about Google Drive is that it stores information. Like now, for example, if I lost my phone, as far as I can get access to my email, my day, I will recover everything because I saved almost important thing to me on my drive, on my Google Meet. Is that okay? Including all these Google Docs, Google Calendar, all these things I taught you today. If you lost your phone and you can access your email, you can retrieve your email back. None of these files will lost. That's why it's important. Is that okay? So here you can see, you can say, like for example in Express Tech, since we started this course, this is 2 years now. 2 years now since we started this course. All our students' certificate are here. All our students' certificate are on ground. So if a student come to me and say, coach, I took a course with you November last year and I can't find my certificate. What is your name? What was the name of your cohort? We just go there direct, look for you. Once you pay for it, it will be on our drive. So you will likely use Google Drive to store information of your boss. Just come here and then select Google Drive like I've just done. Click on new, and then you can upload a file and upload a folder. If I click on upload a folder, you're uploading a whole folder like I've been doing for these ones. If I click on a file, you are selecting only a particular file or a picture and all of that. And you can see that Google Docs, Google Sheet, Google Calendar, Google Form are all linked here. That's why even if you lost your phone, forget access to your email, you can retrieve all the information. Then if you delete anything, you can come here and all of that. There's nothing much to say here since you already know most of the things here. Is that okay? There's nothing much to say. If you can't find anything, you search it as normal. If you click on here, if I want to share this with my boss, click on here. You can download it back, re-download it back, can rename it, you can share it. I've told you now, you can share it by copying the link. For those of you who will pay for certificate, this is where I will store your certificate. And during your graduation, I'll copy the link, and then I'm giving you a spot now. I'll copy the link, send to the group, and all of you can access your certificate. That is how they can organize it by saying, okay, I want this folder to carry red color, so that anytime I see red color, I'll be able to know that this certificate was for this particular batch. Is that okay? That's how to do that. Is that okay? And then click on settings to do more of the settings and all of that. And now let's move to the last tool, which has to do with Google Sheet. See, let me tell you, there is nothing in this course that you will learn and say go and advance. Oh, this is an advanced class. That's okay. So please kindly help me subscribe to the channel, like this video. So if you come here and click on Google Sheet, Google Sheet is actually Google Excel, Microsoft Excel rather. Is that okay? It's just that this one is owned by Google and the other one is owned by who? You know yourself. So if you come here and you click, you want to, somebody tell you to type something, Google Excel sheet is always used for, data. mostly data, you want to arrange some data. Is that okay? So you can see there are also templates here that you want to use, but normal, I don't use template actually, but you can click on template gallery and check all the templates here if you want to use any of them. You can use any of them, right? But me, I create my own from scratch. So I click on blank templates, and then as you can see here, of course, you name the spreadsheet. So let it load completely. I'll click on it and name the spreadsheet as Dennis, or no, sorry, classwork. All right, and then here. So if, let's say for example, what is the price cost of let's say at Express, let's say this is web design, for example, at Express Tech web sorry, before I even type price tag, I have to type the title. Is that okay? So let me click on here and delete it. Of course, I've deleted it. So I've deleted it, just highlight it like this, and then you can now come here, you see mesh cells. Click on mesh cells. All of them has been meshed because we want to use it for our title. So I can just click it and say class work. All right, and then of course again I want it to be in the center, so I'll click on it, I'll click on bold, and then I'll click on more, and then put it on here, put it on center. It's already in the center. So not class work, please, price list, for example, because I'm going to use price list. So click on price list, click on here, and I'll just say web design, for example, web design, and then let's say this one is let's say VA. Let's click on enter, it will move to the next line, and then you click on graphics for the graphics class, data analysis. All right, for example, like this. Now, which country can take it? Nigeria can take it, then Cameroon can take it. For example, you have to ensure that you put everything. Nigeria can take it, Cameroon can take it, Ghana can take it, UK can take it, and all of that. Is that okay? Now the next thing is, what is the price tag? So the price tag could be, this one is 100,000 naira, for example, this one is 200, this one is 300, but that's not the price, please. This one is 300, this one is 400, and all of that. So you have to be naming all of them, but before you even name it, this is not arranged properly. All right, that's all. So now you have arranged this, how to type your document, and these things here are called cells, and this is where you can actually type your things. Is that okay? If you want to mesh everything, you cannot click on here, just highlight the whole thing that you want to mesh, and then there's a mesh sign here. All of them has been meshed. Are you seeing? So that's how to do them. There are a lot of tricks for Google Search Sheet, and I know that people who usually learn virtual assistant, most of them will tell you that, you know, you must teach them that virtual assistant is all about data entry, but that's not it. I have a separate class here that will teach you data entry, but that everything is not data entry. Is that okay? So I might not actually take the whole of the day to teach you about Excel, but these are things that maybe if you want me to make a video, a full video on how to use Excel, I can do that. But I'm only teaching you the minor things, or the most important things rather, that you need as a virtual assistant. But that's how to make cells, type whatever you want. All right. And then I want to also teach you how to convert it into a bar chart or any kind of chart. So to convert it to a chart, you can now highlight it first. Highlight, in fact, let me now highlight it and you see whether the result it will give. So if I come to insert, and then I will now come to chart, click on chart, it should be able to appear here. All right, so what kind of chart do I want? Click on here, and I say I like this chart, for example, and then stacking, put it on standard or anyone, just leave it on none, for example. And then you can see the chart is supposed to show automatically here. Why is it not showing? Because we did not highlight anything that the chart editor should use. Is that okay? So now we can now come here and then highlight everything like this. Sorry, let me delete this. Then highlight everything like this. Come back to insert again. Come back to chart. And then you can see immediately it has already shown us that we were doing something. You can now select the kind of chart that you want. Let's say we want this, and then you can now put it on this. And then under this, can I put it on standards, and then you can now try to do whatever you want here. You can see it's showing web design, VA, graphic design, and then the country is Cameroon, Ghana. You can see all of them. So that's how to convert it to tab. But if you don't highlight all the work, it naturally converts to tags. Of course, you can bring in a picture. I've showed you that. You can bring in a picture. You can add more cells. You can add more rows. You can add more cells. If I click on this, let's say, for example, I click on this and I click on insert and I click on rows, insert rows below. You can see that, you see here, it loads below. So I can now put here the courses, for example, and then here I can now put the country, for example, and then that's if you do mistake and did not do it from the beginning. Then you can now see here, you can put the price. Are you seeing how everything is looking? If you want to color them, highlight, very important, and come here. Fill color is carry the whole of the background. See the way it is. Are you seeing? So that's how to do most of these things. This one, I don't want it to carry fill color. I want it to carry text color. Highlight it, see the A here, and then change it to, let's say, blue. And then you can see, and then bold it, and then you can see that it has changed to blue. You want to increase the font size, highlight it, of course, then increase everything. If you want it to increase the font size for everything, you can just click on here and then increase everything. Yeah, this Cameroon has went inside, all of them are not arranged properly. Hold them from here, drag them, hold them from here, drag them, hold them from here, drag them. Is that okay? All right, so that's that, I think, but I think the right color, the right font size should be 12 or 11. So just put it on 12 or 11, please. I like putting it on 11. All right, so this is okay. You can just click on here, come down, come down. If you want to add more numbers, I think the overall number should be 1200, 1000. All right, if you want to add more number, if I click on here, another 1000 has been added. Are you seeing? Now if I want to click more sheet, let's say this is my price list, I want to have the tutors so that you know about our tutors. I'll just click on here, this plus sign, add another sheet. I can see another sheet. So if I add Dennis virtual assistant call, you know, just type whatever you want there. So this is sheet 1, and I have the price list, and sheet 2 I have the cost tutors, just like that. If you need more sheet, click on them. You can name. I can even rename the sheet by right clicking on it and then click on rename, and I click on courses, then click on this, rename it, and can now rename it to tutors, for example, and just rename it. Even this one I can rename it. You can add as many as you want. Is that okay? These bars remain the same, just the way I taught you, so there's no need going through any of them again. If you come on file, you can download it, but under Excel, please download it as a CSV file. Don't download it as PDF, don't download it as this, download it as either XLXC or as CSV. CSV is even the most used if you want to download. Is that okay? But the most preferred one, of course, is share the document. Of course, you know how to do that by now. I've taken a lot of your time because I wanted to explain almost everything. Now, under data entry, you will learn more of how to use this tool. Is that okay? Let's come back and see if we actually covered all the tools that I wanted to cover. See, yes, and then that is that. So with that, we are done with how to use Google Workspace tools. Please kindly help me subscribe to the channel, like these videos. I love you so much for staying from beginning to the end. Say me a nice thing in the comment section and I'll respond to you. I'll see you in the next class.